Hello, my name is Natasha Wainaina.
And I'm Elsie Wangari, and we'll be taking you through the defenses. So, Natasha, which defenses were you dealing with?
I was working on alibi and consent. So for alibi, this is when a suspect states they were not at the scene of the crime when the crime was allegedly committed. It is also important for evidence to be brought forth when alibi is being declared at the earliest chance available in order for the prosecution to prepare themselves adequately to respond to the alibi. Um, It's also the work of the court to determine whether the evidence brought forth is sufficient enough to either support that alibi or to completely dismiss it.
So, what about consent?
So essentially, consent is used as a defense in cases where the lack of consent makes it an element of actus reus, and the law makes it an offense for that particular act to be committed if there's no consent. For example, in the case of rape, the suspect can state he had consent to engage in coitus with the woman, for example, and now it will become the work of the court, the work of the prosecution rather, to prove beyond reasonable doubt that the suspect acted without consent. That way, he can be held liable for rape. Yes.
I'll be taking you through the defense of diminished responsibility, and a fact about it is that it's not applied in the Kenyan Penal Code, and there was a case to bring it up into application in the case of Wangari versus the Republic, where the Court of Appeal declared for the application of this defense in the country. And this defense is recognized in Uganda. And so it deals with facts that do not do not add up to insanity. An example I can give is on depression, and a case about it is the Kimani versus the Republic, where the accused was where the accused person was accused of killing the child, and therefore the accused was not held liable for the death since since the appellant was declared to be having depression. And so the sentence of this defense is reduced. Yeah. So my next defense is innocent intentions and absence of mens rea. In this defense, the accused person uh, is not uh, is not held liable due to absence of mens rea, where there is no malice aforethought. An example of a case is a Ugandan case, Uganda versus Ida Kabali, where the nurse was charged of stealing sundry drugs in her bag when she was leaving work. But then her defense was that she was keeping the drugs for custody because she could not find the boss. So, in short, the accused person was held innocent. My last defense is reasonable precaution and due diligence. This defense is raised when the accused take reasonable precautions and due diligence to avoid commission of a certain act. I can give an example of a case of Daudi Ogada versus the Republic, where the accused person was he set grass on fire in his piece of land, but due to strong winds, the fire happened to spread to the complainant's cassava field, and they tried to stop the fire, but they bore no fruits. So it was declared that they were trying to stop the fire. So that's reasonable precautions. So this suggests that he had taken reasonable precautions and some due diligence to try to stop the fire from spreading the complainant's land. Yeah, and that's it.